I think Bugs Bunny would easily eat more kids than Pennywise. And go. Sup guys, I'm Everything Geeky and welcome to the first episode of the Everything Geeky pod. So some exciting things this week. Like for instance, the new Avatar Aang movie that came out on Saturday. And I got my buddies together and we watched it. I grew up with Avatar. I loved it. The animation definitely stuck out. The final battle between Tonga and Aang, that was kind of crazy because we didn't really see, in Korra, we saw a lot of the spirit stuff. Like we saw Korra get huge and become a spirit. But seeing Aang like that, the staff was, I felt like it was a little weird for that universe, but I think it was okay. Tonga reminded me a lot of Zahir from Korra for sure. But yeah, and also, to continue with the Avatar news, the Avatar series, Seven Havens. I'm pretty excited for that. I know a lot of people weren't a fan of the art style. Honestly, as long as it's good, I don't really care, if I'm being honest. We're getting 2 avatars, which I heard people talk about that, I think, even before the series was announced, like, oh, what if we had 2 avatars, one dark avatar, one good avatar, and they're kind of showing us that. Also, Korra did some shit. I really doubt that she actually did anything. I think that she probably is getting blamed for something. Because, I mean, that would track. In the original series, I feel like she got blamed for a ton of shit. And granted, she wasn't the best avatar. That's true. I feel like she gets a lot of hate too, though. Aang was such a good avatar, right? He had one objective. It wasn't simple. Or sorry, it was simple, but it wasn't easy. He had to stop the 100-year war. Like that was the goal. Korra had villains that just were specifically coming after her. Aang also didn't have to deal with that technology as well. What are you doing? Hello, kitty. The Doomsday trailer dropped too. I don't know how to feel about it. It looked good. I'm excited to see Doom. That's for sure. But like, it's just not the same as if you guys grew up like from seeing the MCU start from Iron Man and saw it get to Endgame. I mean, there's just like, that's going to be hard to replicate. Especially since I didn't grow up with the multiverse saga. I mean, there are some kids who have, maybe they think differently because a lot of the movies sucked. I mean, in the Infinity Saga, a few of the movies weren't great, but most of them were good. I mean, even the movies that were bad are miles better than the movies that suck in the multiverse saga. So we'll see. I mean, we saw Cyclops, which was cool. We saw Mystique, a lot of X-Men, so that's sick. Hopefully we see Deadpool. I'm hoping after that H. Hall thing with him showing up. Glenn Powell as Ghost Rider. I think that could be cool. The other guy as Black Panther, I don't know his name. I honestly have never heard of him until that. I know he was in Alien Romulus, which I did not see. There's another thing that he was in that people loved him in, but hey, if he does good, then that's cool. I'm just curious how they're going to do it because he's a full-ass grown man. Is there going to be like a time skip? Or is he going to be like Black Panther from another universe that comes in and he's just older in the other universe? I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think of that, though. What you guys think of the casting, what you guys thought of the Avatar movie, and the new Avatar series. So, to catch you guys up a little bit with what I've been doing, currently I'm watching Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter, however you want to say it. I'm on the Ant Chimera arc. Netero and the Ant King are fighting. We're at the part, I just finished the episode where Netero has his arm and leg chopped off, and now he's like showing this black aura. So I don't really know what's going to happen with that. Show's really good so far. The only thing I'll say about Hunter x Hunter is when it comes to like all the N and Ren and Nen and like all that stuff, like that type of power, like you know how we get like we have like Ki, Chakra, Nen, you know, those different types of like powers. The animes I've watched, I think this is kind of like my least favorite of that kind of stuff. I don't really care. I care a lot more about the characters and the fights than I do because, I mean, it's just kind of confusing. Ren, Nen, N. I like Ben 10, I'm also going to see Spider-Man on Saturday. So technically 2 days after it comes out, go see Spider-Man and go to dinner with my gal. My other side show is the Looney Tunes show. If you know, you know. The one from like maybe 2013 or something. Not the OG, not like the OG Looney Tunes, but the Looney Tunes show is actually underrated. It's like one of those weird reboots that actually works, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys are watching in the comments. Please don't spoil Hunter x Hunter. So moving on though. We're doing 2 blind rankings today. The first one is 10 kids cartoons and 10 Ben 10 aliens for the second one. So can you name me one kids cartoon?
Ooh, easy. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Is it going to give us other bangers though? The first few seasons of SpongeBob are so good. Then it declines. I haven't seen all of SpongeBob. Also, the OG SpongeBob movie is just out of this world. I think I want to go kind of safe because there are definitely ones I rate higher. So I'm going to put SpongeBob at 4. Okay? Might get some hate for that one.
How about Adventure Time?
For me, I think Adventure Time's got to be 1. I mean, Ben 10 is my all-time favorite. Adventure Time might be my second. But the thing is, Ben 10 isn't better than Adventure Time. I just like it that much. So I'm going to put Adventure Time at 1. Okay, I'm happy with this so far. Adventure Time at 1, SpongeBob at 4.
How about Phineas and Ferb?
All right, Phineas and Ferb. That one I never really was into, unfortunately. I know it's good, but honestly, it's kind of low for me just because I never got into it. I wasn't that into it. I'm going to put it at 7. Gonna get some hate. Gravity Falls is better.
How about The Fairly Odd Parents?
That's one of those weird ones where it has some seasons that are so good, but some seasons that are so bad. I know the later seasons where they add in more characters, oh my god, it's not good. But do I like it better than Phineas and Ferb? The earliest stuff I would take over it, but not the later stuff, because later stuff is like unwatchable. I'll put it at... I was more into Fairly Odd Parents than Phineas and Ferb, so I'm putting that at 6. I'm going to put Fairly Odd Parents at 6.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls. That's one of those ones where it was like an elite watch when it was on, but again, it's never that into it where I was like, oh, I need to watch all of this. But it was like one of those ones when it was on, you're like, oh shit, this is cool. But I put it above Fairly Odd Parents though, or Phineas and Ferb. I don't think I would. I think I'm going to put Powerpuff Girls at 8.
Kim Impossible. Love that one.
Kim Impossible. Okay. Again, one I haven't seen all the way through, but I liked. I like Powerpuff Girls better, probably. So I'm going to put Kim Possible at 9.
Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer. I'm going to put at 10.
Steven Universe.
I love Steven Universe. It's just really weeby. I feel comfortable putting that at my 5. Right below SpongeBob, but in front of Fairly Odd Parents. Can you give me another kids cartoon?
Yeah, Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig. Oh my god. Peppa Pig. I only have spots 2, 3, and 4. 2 and 3. 2. Fuck. I only have spots 2 and... I'm gonna put it at my 3. God damn it.
Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go has to go at 2. What was I thinking? Just from the ones that ChatGPT gave me, like in the beginning, I thought it was gonna be like better than that. Oh my god. Not the best list I could have made. Onward though. Our next blind ranking. Ben 10 aliens. 10 Ben 10 aliens. All right. Can you name me one Ben 10 alien?
Yeah, sure. Forearms.
Forearms. Forearms is a great alien. I think I'm going to put Forearms at 4. I'm going to put him at 4. Because out of the OG 10, I mean, he's probably at least in the top 3, I would say. So I think 4 is a good spot.
Heat Blast. He's the fire guy.
Heat Blast for a second pick. Wow. The thing is, I put Heat Blast. The thing I would say I put Heat Blast above Forms, I think. So I put Heat Blast at 3.
How about Diamond Head? He's the crystal guy.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Diamond Head for the 3rd pick. I hope it doesn't just name the 10 Ben 10 aliens from the first roster. Diamond Head, I'm gonna put him at 1. I mean, Diamond Head's like might be my GOAT of Ben 10 aliens. I love Diamond Head. So Diamond Head 1, Heat Blast 3, Forearms 4. Out of all the Ben 10 aliens from all the series, can you give me 1?
Sure. How about Accelerate? He's one of Ben's fastest aliens.
Another good pick, Accelerate. Well, with the way this is going, they might give me just the OG 10. We'll see. I'm going to put Accelerate at 7. I'm going to put Accelerate at 7.
Way Big.
Way Big's a great alien. Personally, I don't know if he's like in my top 10 aliens, so I think I can... Way Big is super cool, though. I can put Way Big... I'll put Way Big at... Fuck it, I'll put him at 5. I'll put Way Big at 5.
How about Cannonbolt?
Cannonball... I'll put Cannonball at 9.
How about Ghost Freak?
Ghost Freak. I'll put him at 6.
Oh yeah. How about Swamp Fire?
There we go. Swampfire. There's one. There's a different one, not from the OG series. I'm putting Swampfire at 2. He's at my 2.
How about Humongosaur?
Fuck. 8 and 10 left. I'll put him at my 8. That's not horrible. So I only got my 10 left. Let's see who it is. Can you give me one last Ben 10 alien?
Sure. How about Feedback? He's that electric one with the plug tail.
Feedback at my 10. If I had to do a perfect list, I'd replace Humongosaur and Way Big. Switch Humongosaur to number 5, Way Big to number 8. And then switch Cannonball and Feedback. So Feedback at 9 and Cannonball at 10. And I think that would probably be like a perfect list. So let's move on to the next. All right, for this segment, I will be doing top 5 DCEU movies. So if you watch the channel, I hate the DCEU with a passion. I really do. But the top 5 of the movies are surprisingly not atrocious. So let's start out with my number 5. At my number 5, I have Blue Beetle. And I think I only have it at 5 because Blue Beetle is one of my favorite DC characters of all time. And they butchered my boy in that movie. That movie, visually, it was almost felt like a TV movie, but at the same time, I liked the way Blue Beetle looked. I mean, he looked comic accurate, but just, I don't know what it was, just the way that he moved. Like, it was just weird. Dialogue was awful, to be honest. The whole family thing kind of sucked. The whole family dynamic was like not good in my opinion. Now, I only saw it when it came out. I haven't seen it again, so I don't remember everything. Those are the kind of the takeaways. It was enjoyable enough, though. Like, it was watchable where it had some fun parts, but I was really disappointed in it. The guy who plays Blue Beetle, this is a hot take. I think he looks the part of Jaime Reyes, but I don't know if it's just because he's just been Cobra Kai, which is super corny. That movie also had terrible dialogue. I don't really think he's a good actor. And that's coming from someone who doesn't act. But watching him, I don't think he's very good. And that could just be because of the projects he's in. I don't know. But at number 4, I have Shazam. Again, not that great. Decent, though. I remember it came out and I was just like, oh, maybe the DCU can be good. Maybe. It wasn't. It was still bad. But Shazam at 4. Zachary Levi does a good job. He looks like Shazam. But not that great. Number 3, Aquaman 1. I never saw Aquaman 2. Aquaman, enjoyable. Some fun parts. Manta Ray, probably like, or Manta Ray. Black Manta might have been the best part of that movie. Number 2, the first Wonder Woman movie. The second one is so bad. It's one of the worst movies in the DCEU. But the first Wonder Woman movie, I remember actually seeing and being like, wow, this is actually good. Like, it's genuinely actually pretty good from what I remember. I haven't seen it in a long time. You know, I could have just been like, please be good, please. People say Gal Gadot is a terrible actor. I don't really know. I haven't seen her in much besides Wonder Woman. I mean, she looks the part by far. I mean, she looks a lot like Wonder Woman. But, I mean, I don't even know if she's a good actor or not. I remember liking the first Wonder Woman. And my number 1 pick, Suicide Squad 2, blows everything out of the water. Way better than everything else. And what a surprise. My boy James Gunn. It is so much better than everything else. I mean, everything is so good. Idris Elba as Bloodsport. John Cena as Peacemaker, obviously, with his show, too. Amazing. I mean, it was just good. I mean, from the opening scene, them, all the random villains, all the obscure villains going on that island and just getting, like, destroyed. Awesome. First time we saw Weasel. Now, I'll be asking ChatGPT to put me in a scenario, and I have to figure out how I would survive that. Hey, could you put me in a life or death scenario? It could be in a sci-fi, fantasy setting, or true crime, anything. Whatever your mind can imagine, can you let me know what this survival scenario I'm in is?
All right, picture this. You're deep in the Black Ridge Expanse, a labyrinthine megacity where the streets shift each night. And tonight, the neon signs flicker with warnings of a prowling gang called the Hollow Chief. You've got one working wrist comm, a half-charged stun baton, and a map that keeps glitching. You can hear heavy boots echoing somewhere down the alley. You don't know how many there are, but you know they've cornered people before. What do you do?
That was pretty in detail. So I'm being chased by a gang and they corner me in an alley. And I have a baton that's like half charged and like that's it. I'm assuming they have weapons. Okay, how can I get out of this? So I can fight. I've trained MMA for, almost 6 years now. So I'm assuming that's not going to matter if they have guns, if it's a whole gang. I'd love to say I'm going to fight my way out of this one. I think I might have to. I don't want to do any like fellatio to get out of this situation. Maybe confusing them. I think maybe if I confuse them. I think if I act like I'm one of them. If I act like I'm in the gang. Oh God, hold on. Let me ask them a question. Does this gang want to take back shots on me?
I'm going to say no. We're going to go for more of they want to eliminate you.
So ChatGPT says they don't want to do back shots on me. So that's good. They just want to kill me. I think I could outrun them, but they still have weapons, huh? Okay, this is dumb. I think if I can be nice and walk close to them, right? If I could actually run through them and try to hit them, because they're not going to shoot at me when I'm in the middle of them. That would kill them, right? So I actually think my best bet might be getting in the middle of them and maybe incapacitating a few of them and then just sprinting, because I am fast. I really am fast. Sprinting zigzag like this. I think that could work. Let me know what you guys think, though. That's the only way I think I could survive that. I don't know how else I would. I will now be doing MCU hot takes. My first hot take is Shang-Chi is mid as hell. I think Shang-Chi gets way too much love. I don't understand. I thought the action was corny as hell. I don't think it's bad. especially for the multiverse saga. It was better than like Thor Love and Thunder and like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but I don't even know if Shang-Chi was better than Eternals. And honestly, Eternals is one that's overhated in my opinion. I get why people don't like it. I don't love it, but it's better than like Thor the Dark World. I think it's might be better than Shang-Chi. I don't know, maybe I have to go back and watch it, but Shang-Chi, not great. Second hot take. Punisher, the show from Netflix, is better than the Daredevil show. The Daredevil show, Netflix, and now Born Again, awesome, so good. Punisher, better. I felt more from Frank Castle, John Brenthal's Frank Castle. Like I felt more from the character of Punisher than I did from Daredevil. I don't really like vibe with like the Catholic guilt. And I mean, even in the Daredevil show, Punisher has the best scenes. The court scene where he's just like, I do it again. And the memes, wait. I mean, come on, when he's in the court, I do it again, I liked it. I mean, that shit, that hit hard. I mean, I felt like committing a homicide against somebody bad, not anyone good. Next one, Spider-Man Far From Home is the worst Spider-Man movie. Because it is. Spider-Man Far From Home is so mid. It is so mid. Better than Shang-Chi though. It's worse than all the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and it's worse than all the Raimi movies. I'd rather watch all the Raimi movies and both Amazing Spider-Man movies. I will say, personally, Spider-Man 3 from the Raimi trilogy is, it's a guilty pleasure for me. It really is. Yelena is the best female character we've gotten in the MCU. And maybe any Marvel movie as well. I think she is awesome when she comes into Hawkeye. I think she's the best part of Black Widow, probably. And I think she is amazing in Thunderbolts. I also just love Florence Pugh. She's one of my favorite actresses. Last one, Hawkeye is the most underrated MCU project. So also a Christmas fan, and it mixes two of some of my favorite things, superheroes and Christmas. I mean, you could also, Iron Man 3 is also great for that too, but it feels like an actual Christmas like show, something you'd watch every Christmas. It's awesome. I mean, it's so good, it's not talked about enough at all. Moving on. This is a segment called Alternate Endings. I'm gonna have ChatGPT tell me a show, and I'm gonna talk about how I would end it. Can you name me a popular show?
Sure. Stranger Things is super popular.
Hear that, you guys? ChatGPT gave me Stranger Things. Oh, I can talk about how that should have ended for sure. Someone should have died. And in my opinion, it should have been Steve. Steve is the person I didn't want to die, so I think that means they should die. Because to make a really good show that's lasts for that long, I think somebody should die. And I would have loved them play End of Beginning by Steve when like he dies. I mean, that would have been awesome. 11 should have officially died. Like, I don't think it should have been open-ended. I think she should have actually died if they were going to kill her off. The fight with 11 and Vecna, I mean, come on. That was like, what even was that? That sucked. Vecna is supposed to be this huge, big bad. And also, why in the final fight are none of the Demodogs, Dimmadome, the Dimmadome is not there, the Demodogs aren't there, and the Demogorgons aren't there. Like, what is up with that? I mean, we should have seen that, right? They weren't attacking them. I mean, that's literally where they came from. If they're attacking Vecna, I mean, they should be protecting him. That makes no sense. Final battle would have been a lot crazier. Maybe Steve, maybe all the Demodogs, Demogorgons in the Dimmadome are chasing after, that's what it's called now. That's what what is it called? Not the Upside Down, but, you know, the Upside Up or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called. It's called the Demodome now. I think Vecna maybe should have been winning against 11. Maybe Vecna kills Steve or Mike or something, and that sets 11 over the wall so she can actually, so she like powers up and then she can actually kill Vecna. Something like that. But yeah, those are the things I would have changed about that. We're going to be replacing a character in a movie with another character.
Bugs Bunny. Total classic. I'll pick, Pennywise from It.
The task is, how would it have gone down if Bugs Bunny had to be Pennywise, basically? It ate children and fed off fear. Yeah, if you put Bugs Bunny in that role, the thing we have to find out, though, do these kids know who Bugs Bunny is, right? Like when, I think it took place in the 80s. So when was Bugs Bunny first like a thing? When did Bugs Bunny first become a thing?
Checking. Generally considered to have officially debuted in 1940 in the Warner Brothers cartoon A Wild...
Okay, so they wouldn't know who Bugs Bunny is. Wow, Bugs Bunny's been around for 85 years. That's crazy. If you're a kid and you saw Bugs Bunny in the sewer, you're gonna help that motherfucker. You're gonna help that carrot eating motherfucker. You're reaching your hand in, and I mean, he's gonna bite that shit off like a carrot. So I think he'd be more successful because he's Bugs Bunny. He also has the Toon Force, which, I mean, that's gonna help him more than its powers, to be honest, except for like the in the brain thing. But he has literally Toon Force. You're not gonna mess with him. So yeah, I think Bugs Bunny would easily eat more kids than Pennywise. Segment 9, we're gonna do a tournament of DreamWorks movies.
Let's do a simple single elimination bracket.
So the first one, Kung Fu Panda versus the Croods. Kung Fu Panda, easy. Second, Madagascar versus Trolls. Madagascar, easy again. 3, How to Train Your Dragons 2 versus Rise of the Guardians. This one might get some hate. I didn't watch How to Train Your Dragon 2, but I love Rise of the Guardians, so I'm going Rise of the Guardians with this one. Number 4, Puss in Boots The Last Witch, which I haven't seen any of those, which I've heard they're really good, versus Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. I've seen the first, I don't know if that's the first Spirit movie, but I love the first Spirit movie. I think those are 2 movies I haven't seen. So I'm just going to go Puss in Boots. Number 5, Shrek Forever After versus Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Shrek. 6, Megamind versus Chicken Run. This one's going to be controversial. Megamind's great, but Chicken Run. I grew up with Chicken Run. Chicken Run was that movie that I watched every single night as a kid for like 2 years. I absolutely love Chicken Run. The Prince of Egypt versus Wallace and Gromit. I'm going Wallace and Gromit. Again, I just really love those like stop motion movies, like those clay animation ones. The Bee Movie versus Monsters versus Aliens. Now that one's actually really hard. The Bee Movie with the memes. Oh my God. The Bee Movie is actually really good. Monsters vs. Aliens is great too, though. That's the hardest one so far. Oh my God. Which would I prefer watching? I think I'm going the Bee Movie. That's it for round 1. So let's see what the next round is. All right, this is the round of 16. Shrek Forever After versus Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda. If it was Shrek 1, that would be a lot harder. Shrek 2 versus Madagascar. I'm going Shrek 2. Kung Fu Panda 2 versus The Rise of the Guardians. Now that's hard. That is really hard. The first 2 Kung Fu Panda movies are so good. The third one's good too. Fourth one drops off hard. Kung Fu Panda 2. How to Train Your Dragon 2 versus Puss in Boots The Last Wish. Again, 2 movies I haven't seen. Okay. I think I'm gonna go Puss in Boots. Shrek Forever After versus Chicken Run. Chicken Run. Chicken Run, my goat. Chicken Run might win this list, I'm not gonna lie. If it gets between Chicken Run and Kung Fu Panda, that's gonna be really hard. Wallace and Gromit versus the Bee Movie. This is a hot take, but Wallace and Gromit. A lot of people are not gonna agree with that. I love the Wallace and Gromit stuff too. Wait. Oh, it was How to Train Your Dragon versus Puss in Boots. Oh, okay. We're doing How to Train Your Dragon over Puss in Boots then. Okay, How to Train Your Dragon 2 versus Megamind. Megamind. The Prince of Egypt versus Monsters versus Aliens. Monsters versus Aliens. I think it might have fucked this up. I know it added 2, so I think it's because I asked for 20. It messed it up. Yeah, it definitely did. So it actually kept the 2 that I would have preferred, Megamind and Monsters vs. Aliens. So that works. We're getting down to the last 8 now. Kung Fu Panda versus Shrek 2. Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda 2 versus How to Train Your Dragon. Wow. That is hard. Kung Fu Panda 2 versus How to Train Your Dragon. See, which one would I rather watch? Because I think I'd rather watch Kung Fu Panda 2. So we're going Kung Fu Panda 2. Chicken Run versus Wallace and Gromit. Oh no. Chicken Run. Megamind versus Monsters versus Aliens. Megamind versus... See, Bob the Blob or whatever for Monster versus Aliens is so great. I haven't seen that movie in forever. I remember liking Megamind too. I think I'm going Monsters versus Aliens. Down to the final 2. Kung Fu Panda versus Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda. Tai Lung, goat. And you already know Chicken Run versus Monsters versus Aliens. Chicken Run. So now it's Kung Fu Panda versus Chicken Run. Oh, what I feared. Oh, what I absolutely feared. Just picturing myself, what would I want to watch with the boys? But Chicken Run's like a comfort movie. This is hard. I'm going Chicken Run. Chicken Run is the GOAT DreamWorks movie. A lot of people are not going to agree with that, but that is my pick. And that's it. All right, guys. This is the last segment. I'm supposed to spin a wheel, but my wheel's on my phone. So I don't feel like making a bunch of new wheels on my iPad. So basically, I will be getting 5 cartoon characters to help me win in court because my grandma stole my child support money. So we're going to ask ChatGPT to help us with that. Can you give me 5 random cartoon characters?
Lisa Simpson, Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life, Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender, Johnny Bravo, and Marceline the Vampire Queen.
Okay, so my grandma stole my child support money and now we're going to court with her. And the 5 cartoon characters that are helping me try to win in court. Lisa Simpson. Okay, that's actually a good pull because she will annoy the court until they give me that money. I mean, she's all for justice. I mean, annoyingly, too. Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. I don't know that show that well. I'm pretty sure he's like a nervous wreck. So I don't think that's going to help me very much. Aang from Avatar. Well, he is 12 and there are no courts in Avatar The Last Airbender. I don't think. I think you just stand in front of the queen or king and they decide if you die or not. So Aang, this has to be done in court. They can't like do anything about it. So maybe Aang can talk no jutsu a little bit, like Naruto. Johnny Bravo. This one might help me. Maybe if he can persuade my grandma with his looks. I don't know. He might be able to persuade my grandma might fall for him. And he might be able to get that money from me. I think that might be the best way. And he could... It doesn't... Hey, I said in court. I mean, he just has to woo her in court. Oh, hello. Oh, like her... Does he talk like Elvis? Oh, yeah, he does, I think. Oh, you're looking fun, mama. Right? Something like that. And Marceline the Vampire Queen. I don't think she helps. She's not going to care at all about this. I don't think she helps me at all. Lisa Simpson would help me. Can this help me? I think Lisa Simpson, if she is the mastermind behind all this, Aang will want to help. Rocco will be like nervous, I think. I mean, he was rocking around like a maraca. So I don't think he's going to help much. But then if Lisa can use Aang's niceness to help in the court, and then also use Johnny Bravo's looks to persuade my grandma, and then maybe use Marceline's. Maybe Marceline can just talk about how old she is and how she's wise. I don't know if we're doing that. I think we can pull it off with these characters. I think it's not going to be easy, though. Let me know what you guys think. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the first podcast. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you in the next one. Stay geeky. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Stay geeky. Or remember, everything's geeky. That's not bad. We'll test both of them out.